solar power generation creates a negative impact on the power quality of the networks. Is this true, and how other countries such as Australia have overcome this issue?
Well, I don't necessarily agree that solar power causes negative power quality impacts. There are technical issues. They are not insurmountable. They can be handled. It's a matter of managing the connection of solar PV inverters very well. And the first thing is solar PV inverters that you connect to the network have to comply with standards which are internationally well recognized, and they are manufactured by well respected manufacturers. They should not be imported from any country which does not meet those stringent requirements. So that's a number one thing. The inverters have to comply with good standards. Local network problems that you're going to experience with solar inverters are common to not only to Sri Lanka but to many countries in the world, including Australia. There are some technical challenges, but they are manageable, such as the increase in the voltage level during the daytime is a common problem detected by Australian utilities. But there are ways of managing it, but there should be appropriate mechanisms to manage that. So again, the utilities have to be aware of this problem, and the Public Utilities Commission have to impose, or not impose, but recommend various practices in the way how the PV generators, PV solar inverters can operate during the daytime. Some changes to the tariff system has to happen, because these PV inverters should not be injecting the full power during the daytime into the grid. They may have to curtail some. That means, according to the current the tariff system, there will be losses to the customers. So there should be some ways of compensating for that loss in the market system. So then technical problems can be managed. It's a matter of having the regulatory side sorted out, the economics sorted out, and so on and so forth. So there are some other technical challenges, but they're not insurmountable. They can be managed. But it is important for utilities and the regulators to be aware of possible problems, which I listed in my presentation, and keep observing, keep monitoring. Don't assume that things are going to be okay, but if it can be monitored and understood, it can be managed.
Do people use solar in other countries? Does their own harmonic testing? Because there is a discussion going in Sri Lanka. You have to do your own harmonic testing. So how does it work in other countries?
I did not quite get that question. What does it mean, harmonic testing?
Tanuj, in the panel, right? Oh, harmonic testing? Is it in the solar panel?
Solar panel network harmonics.
Right. Is it related to the question that I was raised? Yes, I think I'm seeing through the question. What I hear was some of the inverters are not performing very well as expected, because when they are connected, they are injecting harmonic currents which are not acceptable. It could be because the inverters are manufactured by manufacturers who are not testing the inverters to a acceptable standard. That could be one of the reasons. And also the other problem could be they are connecting the inverter to a point which is already harmonically distorted. So the background distortion level also can impact on the harmonic behavior of this PV inverters, causing, rather giving a false signal saying inverter is not performing very well, but it's not really the inverter because the background is already distorted. So it's not fair to blame the inverter for doing that. So it's because we've got evidence to say that different inverters behave differently. That means one inverter connected to two inverters connected to the same point behave differently. Means one inverter performs two inverters perform differently when the background distortion levels are there. So it's very important there to ensure that our inverters are manufactured according to stringent requirements, or rather not manufactured, they meet the stringent requirements of international best practices.
So who should take the responsibility normally?
Well, I don't think it's up to the CEB to test the inverters. They can hire somebody to do the testing, or Solar Energy Authority to do the testing. There should be some independent organization who has got the capacity, technical capacity, the equipment, and so on and so forth. I know I did talk about University of Morato getting engaging in this activity, provided they set up a lab which complies with the requirements, and if the equipment is there, you can test the inverters under control condition. Control conditions are very important. If the